You search junk removal and you got 40 results, and they all say the same 3 things. Fast, friendly, affordable. These companies aren't 40 versions of the same business. They're 4 different business models, and each one is honestly the right answer for a different kind of job. I'm Chris. My wife Shawn and I founded Ohio Junk Force in 2010, and we've run more than 20,000 jobs with crews over Ohio. I own one of these 4 types of junk removal companies, so you know where my bias sits. And I'm going to tell you anyway which one fits your job, including when it isn't me. The first type of junk removal company is the guy on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. They have a personal pickup truck, maybe a borrowed trailer, cash. First, most of these guys aren't bad people. Plenty of them will do exactly what they said for less than anybody else. The problem isn't the person, it's that nobody stands behind them. No business, no liability policy, no workers' compensation. If it goes wrong, there's nobody to call and nothing to file against. 3 ways that may bite you. 1, he gets hurt on your basement stairs and now you're being sued. 2, that load ends up in some back road and not at a transfer station. An investigation is open, they open up the boxes, and your mail's there. Your name, not his. Or 3, he takes out your door frame. There's no claim to file. You eat it. So when is it right to hire somebody from Facebook Marketplace? Well, maybe when you have 1 item, it's already outside, and you have a very tight budget and flexible timing, and you're willing to accept any type of risk. When is it not the best time to hire them? The second you're asking them to come into your house. Anything with a deadline or anything where the load has your name on it. The second type of junk removal company is a real business. 1 truck. Usually the owner is on it, it's registered, it's often insured, and a lot of them do genuinely good work. On a small to medium job, a good insured 1 truck operator is frequently the best value you'll find. They have no dispatcher, no office, no fleet payment. He's in your driveway, his name's on the review you're about to leave. On a half truckload, you may pay him less than you'd pay me and you get the same result. The trade-off is depth, and it's arithmetic, it's not a criticism. 1 truck and 2 people means no bench strength. What if the job before you ran long, and now he misses your appointment? His helper calls off. Now you're being switched to Thursday. The truck breaks down. There's no second truck. He can't send you a backup crew because there is no backup crew. If your Saturday is flexible, that may never bother you. If your Saturday is before the day of your closing, it's a whole different ballgame. 1 thing before you hire him, ask for proof of general insurance and workers' compensation. Get a certificate, not a verbal yes. A real operator texts it back to you in about a minute because it's already on his phone. If somebody hesitates on that, well, that's your answer. The third type of junk removal company, this is us. We have multiple trucks. We have W-2 employees, not day labor. We have a real dispatch and crews who have done this thing in your basement a few hundred times. We're usually not the cheapest, but on the right job, we are the best value. Here's the difference. Depth. The morning job runs long, we send another crew to take your appointment. Somebody calls off, we send somebody else out. A truck breaks down, we send another truck. Your appointment is kept. Also, we have trained crews. And that's a safety thing more than it is a speed thing. A piano at the turn of a staircase, a hot tub over a deck rail, a 300-pound console TV. An experienced crew gets that out without taking your banister with it and without getting hurt in your stairwell. Insurance that is always in force. General liability, commercial auto, and workers' comp on every employee. Nobody ever seems to ask about that, but that protects you if somebody gets hurt in your house. And you also have somebody to hold accountable. An owner who lives here. Someone whose reputation dies if you're treated badly. We're right for jobs that have a deadline, for cleanouts, for people working inside your home, and any job where the honest answer is, I don't know how much stuff is down there. What we're not right for, you just want the lowest number, and that's it. And you have 1 item and it's on the curb. I'd rather tell you that than sell you something you don't need. The last and 4th type of junk removal company is the national franchise. There are 3 that operate in Ohio. 1-800-GOT-JUNK, Junk Kings, and College Hunks Hauling Junk. A franchise is a locally operated business paying to use a national brand. Some are owned by folks that live right here. Some territories belong to bigger operators running franchises in several states. Don't assume if local means something to you. If local does matter, ask who owns the one you're calling. But even a locally owned franchise sends their royalty checks out of state, or in the case of 1-800-GOT-JUNK, sends it out of the country. What you get from a franchise is a name you recognize, corporate standards, uniform crews, and in several cases, hours that we don't run, like evenings and Sundays. That's a real advantage. If Sunday afternoon is your only window, maybe they can serve you and I can't. The trade-off is how you find out about the price. All three quote on site, usually by volume. You pay for your share of space that you take up in the truck. And that number gets written down once the crew is looking at your pile. This is a legitimate model, but it also means that comparison shopping before anybody is at your house is close to impossible. What you should insist on is a real estimate from what you described on the phone before anybody rolls the truck to your house. Then, get a firm quote in person once they actually see the load. It's 2 stages. Most franchises don't want to give you a phone estimate. They don't want to give you a phone estimate. They want to wait until their crew is in your driveway. And by then, you've already took off work. You've already cleared a path. You're committed. And all the leverage sits with the guy holding the clipboard. Or worse yet, they actually commit to a price over the phone before you get there, and they say it's firm. Well, in that case, they padded it high enough to cover the worst case, and you overpaid. So ask this: what is the best estimate from what I described, and when do I get the firm quote? A straight answer tells you more than any review page. The last question, and it might be the most useful one, is what is your guarantee, and what actually happens if something goes wrong? Every website in Ohio says satisfaction guaranteed. The phrase is not worth anything by itself. What matters is what is really promised and who's standing behind it. And the type of company mostly decides that. A Facebook marketplace guy, he can't have one. There's nothing to enforce and nobody to enforce it against. The one truck operator's guarantee is his word, which from the right guy is worth real money, but it's rarely written down. An established company or a franchise should be able to show you and hand you written terms with insurance behind them. Here's mine. I want you to hold it up against anybody else's. We have an amazing service guarantee. We promise we'll be friendly, professional, and dependable, or it's free. If our crew isn't friendly, professional, and dependable on your job, you don't pay. Not a discount, not a partial credit, the job is free. And it's a standard that you judge, not one that we decide afterwards. You were there, you watched the crews work. That's the whole test. One last thing, keep 2 things separate. A guarantee covers service quality. Damage to your house is an insurance issue. Ask about both. So here's the whole thing in a couple sentences. If you just have one item, it's already outside, and price is all that matters, use one of the first 2 companies we described. If it's a clean out, if there's a deadline, if people are coming inside your home, that's an established company, and that's us. Our online price estimator will give you a real estimate in under a minute. The link is right below this video. Or call or text us. You'll find the number for your area right below this video also. We'll give you our best estimate from the call and from what you describe. We'll get you scheduled, and the crew will confirm your quote in person before any work starts. The last, if you have a job that's on Sunday or in evenings, call a franchise. Either way, now you know what you're looking at. Go hire the right one. Now we're going to answer your frequently asked questions. Well, can't you just give me a firm price over the phone? Well, the truth is, nobody can usually give you a firm price over the phone. They have not seen your stuff. What every company should be able to do is give you their best estimate based on what you described. And then, if you say that sounds reasonable, they send their crews out there, and their crews give you a firm quote before the job ever starts. If they don't give you an estimate over the phone, find another company. Why should I pay more than what I would pay for a guy on Facebook Marketplace? Well, maybe you shouldn't. If you just have one item and it's on the curb and you don't care if they show up on time or not, you should go with the cheapest option. But here's what you get if you call us. You got somebody to stand behind their product. If something happens, if something gets damaged, if somebody gets hurt, you're safe. Everything is protected, your job is protected, your home is protected, and you're insured. How do I actually check if a company is insured? The way you check if a company is insured is you flat out ask them to see a copy of their certificate. If you were to ask us for a copy of our workers' comp certificate and our general liability insurance, we can email that to you in a couple minutes. If a company can't do that, well, there's your answer. What happens if there's more stuff than what I told you when we were talking on the phone? Well, we do our very best to give you an estimate while talking to you on the phone. And it's from what you describe to us, and we use averages. You say a couch, we know what a couch is. If we get there and it's bigger than what you describe to us, we will give you a firm quote right there on the spot. We'll explain what changed, and you will be able to see on our price list what your new price is. Then you decide if you want to take it or not. There is no pressure, there's no obligation. Is a national franchise safer than a local company? That answer depends. If you hire a reputable local company that can provide insurance to you and has great reviews, then no, a national franchise is not safer than a local company. A local company may actually be even safer because some national franchises are not even owned by a local person. There's no reputation on the line. What happens if your crew damages something on our property? If our crews damage something, we take care of it, no questions asked. We make sure it's fixed and it's fixed properly. And it happens. Sometimes something gets damaged and we always take care of it. That's also the advantage of always hiring somebody that's reputable and that has insurance in case the damage is very large. Thanks for watching. My wife Shawn and I very much appreciate you watching this. Hope you have a great day. God bless.